What up, team? Hope y'all are doing well. Welcome to Big Boys Boxing and the live commentary for the Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder fight. Will be starting after the fight that's currently on. So let me switch over to YouTube. Give me a sec here. There we go. Sound check done. We are live. So currently we've got Leo Santa Cruz versus Miguel Flores, and this is the co-main event. In fact, I might just mute this broadcast. If y'all are looking for a broadcast and you're from New Zealand, you can go and buy the pay-per-view on Fan Pass. You don't have to be a Sky subscriber. It's $34.95. And if you're a cheapskate, you can always go and check out VIP Box or VIP League. The fights are screening there as well. You can get the Fox broadcast or you can get the Sky UK broadcast on there. But yeah, kind of just chilling, waiting for this fight to happen. So for those of you who follow the channel, you would have already seen my prediction, but I'll fill you in anyway. Ryden Smith, good to have you in there, brother. So initially I was thinking Luis Ortiz is going to get stopped within 4, but judging by his condition and his leaving no stone unturned, bringing in specialist conditioning, strength and conditioning coaches, dietitians, and getting himself in the best shape possible, I'm extending that out to, I'm picking round 7 for a stoppage on Wilder. But I think the percentages for me of that happening have gone down considerably. I wouldn't exactly be surprised if the fight ended up going the distance. I wouldn't be totally shocked if Luis Ortiz manages to stop Wilder. So I'll put it at a 60-40 chance of Wilder winning the fight. And I'm actually a bit more excited about the fight now than I was, say, 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. But let us know your picks in the chat as well, and we'll see who gets closest. Exact round if you're picking a stoppage. Like I say, I've got Wilder round 7. Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll be worth it either. I guess that's a bit of a downfall for Wilder. Starting to take out guys in the first round. You're going to have to excuse a bit of background noise today, as you can hear. I've got kids around. It's getting close to feeding time at the zoo here in New Zealand. We are 5:05 New Zealand time, PM, on Sunday afternoon. So, yeah, I've just cracked the beam. Ready to chill, wind down, and watch this fight. Got my scorecard ready, but I don't know if I'm going to need it. But I will give you a blow-by-blow commentary, and I will give you my scorecard between each round and let you know. Round 2 KO. Woo. That'd be a hell of a statement if he does that to a very in-shape Luis Ortiz. Yeah, Luis Ortiz is 40. Maybe his reactions are going to be a little bit slower. Maybe his stamina wouldn't be what it was if he was 25 years old, but I think he's still in superb condition for this fight. and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. "4 a.m. in sunny Wales." Dang, that's commitment. That's commitment. Switch over to this broadcast and see where we're at. Give me a sec here. We've still got Santa Cruz and Flores battling it out. I did see a bit of pre-fight entertainment, an interview with Miguel Flores. I wasn't aware that he had a brother who was a boxer who'd passed away after getting stopped in the 8th round of a fight. So he's not only fighting for himself, he's fighting for his brother as well. Give him a bit of extra motivation. Most people think Flores is going to get pasted in this fight, but it could be a bit more competitive with a bit more passion and a bit more to fight for here. So we'll see what happens. Let me know in the chat. I'm just going to put the volume on the broadcast. Let me know if you can hear it. Hopefully you can't. I don't want to get no copyright strikes or anything like that. But god damn. No, I can't turn the volume on. There we go. Alright, got the volume on. Let me know, can you hear that through YouTube, or is it silent? The Smith versus Ryder fight was a lot more competitive than most thought. I was actually picking that one to go the distance, but I thought Callum Smith would win like 8-4, maybe 9-3. But I actually had John Ryder winning that 115-113. I see the judges had it 117-111 and 2 times 116-112. I thought 117-111 was way too wide. 116-112, maybe. There was a few closer rounds in there. I mean, Ryder had moments in every single round, but whether it was consistent enough, I haven't rewatched it back yet. I know most people seem to think that Ryder got robbed. I mean, I thought it was close, so I can't call robbery, but I do think the wrong man got the nod. Awesome, can't hear it. Thanks, Ryden. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Ryden Smith. I haven't seen anything about the post-fight yet, but Hearn in Ryder's changing room after was gold. Okay. Never seen him look uncomfortable. Maybe he was in there trying to sort out a possible rematch because of there's some kind of controversy. I mean, from what I've seen, most people seem to think John Ryder won that fight. So yeah, I've had my doubts about Callum Smith when he's fighting a pressure fighter before. In particular, that fight he had against Nico Holzken, the late replacement in the World Boxing Super Series. I thought that fight was pretty damn close, and at the time, I was thinking, Nico Holzken, who the hell is this guy? He's just a kickboxer. So I knew it was going to be tough, but I thought that fight was pretty damn close. Yeah, guys who come forward and like to brawl can be a problem for Callum Smith. Another peek at this fight, see how far through we are. What do we got here? Up to round 4 of 12. Santa Cruz versus Flores. I'm not really watching it or scoring this one. Just kind of in early to talk some shit before the main. In around 4. Back to YouTube. Boxing Squared in the house. Sup, brother? Yeah, thought it was a close fight. Trash scorecards, yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, I thought 116, 112 was really pushing it. 115, 113, either way, I could have lived with. But particularly that 117, 111, that was ratchet, man. UK is the worst for scorecards, I reckon. Well, it kind of comes and goes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Same in America, you know. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But I think the worst ones seem to be when a champion is defending a belt against somebody who is supposed to be an easy night's work for them. There tends to be some kind of bias towards a champion. I'm down with you got to beat a champion to take his belt, but giving a champion an extra 3 rounds prior to the fight even starting, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Building a bad rep, yeah. It happens, man. I mean, any big fight in America that's got Adelaide Bird has already got bad reputation written all over it. What was your score, Boxing Squared? Did you have it wider than a round? 115, 113, or did you have it 116, 112? I actually missed the final round. I was watching it on a stream and I watched it through 11. I had Ryder ahead by 1 into the 11th. So, yeah, that's what it is. I haven't watched the replay yet. Yeah, I was surprised as well at how competitive the fight was. I mean, it seems Callum Smith, when he faces a pressure fighter, somebody who can take a punch, he can't seem to keep them at range. And I mean, he's a 6'4" super middleweight with a reach of 78 inches. You know, he's got the same physical dimensions besides weight as Joseph Parker at heavyweight, so he should be keeping the fight long. I know he can fight inside, but once somebody gets inside, if they get right up close to him, they can smother those big long legs and arms. So it would serve him best to keep it long, but he doesn't seem to be able to get that respect from range. Full stop. So, you know, does he need to fill out a bit more and start fighting at light heavyweight? That way he can put more power into his punches. I mean, he's still going to be taller than most light heavyweights. So, you know, credit to John Ryder though. You've got to give that man some kudos. He's come up a weight division because he was struggling making 160, and he put on a performance where most people thought he'd win against what a lot of people think is the main man at 168. So we can't be forgetting to give John Ryder some credit here. What's this other fight up to? We're in between rounds still here. I haven't been watching it. Commentators are saying it's close between Santa Cruz and Flores. We are up to around 6 of 12. Just begun. So commentators seem to reckon Santa Cruz is ahead, maybe 3-2. Start of the 6th. Back to YouTube. I did watch another fight earlier on this broadcast. It was actually the fight beforehand. David Benavidez had a fight against what was his name? Someone Cesar, Julio Cesar, and that wasn't supposed to be that competitive, but it went the distance. There was some 115, 113s, 116, 112 to Cesar, and it ended up a split draw. That wasn't supposed to happen. So was it Brandon Figueroa? Yeah, son of Omar Figueroa and brother of Omar Figueroa Jr. Yeah, I saw the last round of that Marcellus Wilder fight. I didn't see the whole thing. It looked like he was trying to be careful. Rumor was the guy who he fought, I can't even remember his name, had a good right hand, so he was looking out for it. He switched to southpaw, caught him with a left hook, and good night. Takes his second loss, just like that. I don't expect to hear too much more about Marcellus Wilder. He's only been recognised really because of his older brother in the first place, but he doesn't seem to have the power of his older brother. He doesn't seem to have the evasive skills of his older brother. So it is what it is. One thing seems to be for sure, Marcellus Wilder is not going to be the PBC belt champion. Hey, has anyone heard if that PBC belt that they were talking about is going to be on the line for Ortiz versus Wilder? Let us know in the chat, man. I haven't heard anything else about it besides Mike Coppinger reporting on it like start of the week. But we'll see what happens, man. I haven't heard nothing. I guess we'll hear when it's announced. Yeah, Marcellus Wilder got out-thought in that fight, didn't he, really? Trying to play the smart fighter, but I really don't like the dude. He's got a big mouth, and he got it shut up for the second time, so see you later. Seems like they're bringing it in 2020. Let's hope, man. Let's hope. I'm picking Ruiz in that fight still too. I mean, I could see Joshua definitely fighting like he did against Parker, keep it long. It'd be more, how would I put it, exasperated against Ruiz because he's that much shorter than Parker as well. So if he keeps it long, stinks the place out, he could easily box his way to victory. But is it in him? Is his fighter instinct gonna get him involved in exchanging with a much quicker man once again at some point in the fight? I mean, there's 12 rounds. I don't think he can keep Ruiz out for 12 rounds. No way. So there's going to be moments in there, and I think it's only going to take one combination for Ruiz to land on that temple again, something like that, and could be all over real quick. but I've got a feeling it's going to go at least 10 rounds this time. And depending on what condition Ruiz comes into the ring, if he don't get it done before 10, I don't think he can win from there. But, you know, Joshua's got his stamina issues at times as well if it's a higher volume fight. I don't think Ruiz is the kind of guy like Vlad who would step back and let him get a second wind. So if Joshua does gas, he could be in real trouble. Ruiz will pour it on. He's got the killer instinct, is that boy. Got to give him that. Even if it's fueled by marshmallows. What's this fight doing? Have another look here. We are into the 7th. Santa Cruz seems to be dictating the pace here. I think he's the one in the white, isn't he? Yeah. Santa Cruz holding the center of the ring, making Flores move on the back foot. He's controlling it. Last 10 of the 7th. Santa Cruz throwing a few punches, backing up Flores. Doesn't look too competitive, to be honest. That's why I ain't watching it. Yeah, Boxing Squid. Keep it long. He can win it easy, but you know, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to say, "Oh, he ran all night," or "Who wants to watch this boring ass mofo?" If he gets it, but when it comes down to it, from Anthony Joshua's point of view, he needs to get those belts back. Simple as that. Doesn't matter what kind of fashion he does it in, as long as he wins the goddamn fight, then his career's back on track. But from Andy Ruiz's point of view, it's the same shit. He just needs to win, then he's free to do what he wants. So they've both got their motivations. I can see the hunger from Joshua is going to be a hell of a lot more. It had been a while and sort of waning. You know, he'd been chasing that fight with Wilder, and Wilder's apparently chasing him, but they can't seem to come to any kind of decision, and that kind of sidetracked everything. You know, but yeah, we'll see. I'm really looking forward to that whole card at this stage. I mean, Filip Hrgovic, I love seeing that guy fight, but I'd like to see him against somebody a bit better than Eric Molina. And I think you touched on it on your stream the other night. Hearn's going to have to do a bit more for Hrgovic, or he's going to leave. I think he's primarily promoted by K2, isn't he? So, you know, the Matchroom deal was only a sideshow. And if they don't get him the fights he wants, then he'll move on. But that Michael Hunter versus Alexander Povetkin fight, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. I think it could be a pass the torch kind of fight. So, looking forward to that one as well. And I guess you have to wait and see who Dillian White's going to be fighting, and he's going to be on that card as well. So, December 7th, it is heating up for the heavyweights, man. There's this talk of a heavyweight card in February as well from Eddie Hearn. So, man, 2020 is looking good. Alright, so peek at that. Into the 8th round for Santa Cruz Flores. Not long to go now to the main event. Yeah, man, we had a bit of a talk about that Ryder Smith fight. I watched that. I thought Ryder won 115, 113. But I see that's pretty much a consensus around social media. Most people thought Ryder won. But yeah, what do you reckon, Gordy? Who did you think won? Yeah, Michael Hunter's heating up, eh? He's starting to beat a few guys with a bit of a name. And I think many people underestimate him. They think, ooh, it's just another blown up cruiserweight. Well, FYI, he started his professional career as a heavyweight. And that fight against Usyk was hella competitive, man. But then, everybody says, oh, Usyk's just a... Well, not everybody. A lot of people saying, oh, Usyk's just a blown-up cruiserweight. He's not big enough for heavyweight. Well, he's bigger than Alexander Povetkin. Think of it that way. Is Povetkin too small? Is Adam Kovnarski too small? Yeah. No, I'd never seen him like that either, mate. I've been switched on to Michael Hunter for quite some time. He's got plenty of skill. It's not his big punching that's going to get him everywhere in the heavyweight division, but certainly his skill, his movement, his volume, and his chin. Boy's got a hell of a chin too, so don't forget that. Had Ryder by at least 2 rounds, yeah. 115, 113's 2 rounds there, Gareth, so most people seem to have had it around about that. I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, I don't think it's worth screaming robbery, because it was still fairly close. There was a lot of rounds there that were almost pick'em rounds, both fighters having moments in each round, so but getting out to 117, 111 like one of the judges, I think is just ridiculous. Yeah, that's it for Usyk, eh? He fights in everybody else's backyard, never fights at home. Doesn't get credit for that. I like his personality too, eh? He's a funny dude, man. But you're interested to see if he bites for this Shazora fight they're talking about. I can't see it ending up being for the WBO vacant title whatsoever, if it does get vacated. And I can't really see the motivation for Usyk besides a really good paycheck if Eddie's willing to buy a fight with him. But I've also said in previous videos, I don't know whether his mandatory position would be up for grabs if they fought, due to how he obtained the mandatory. I don't think Usyk's actually called for his mandatory shot, and that's part of the rule with the WBO. A super champion can move up a division and call for a mandatory shot at the title holder whenever they want. So if he hasn't called for the shot, then his mandatory wouldn't be on the line, would it? I guess that shit will come out in the wash if the fight gets made. If not, we'll probably never know, man. Come on, Santa Cruz, just stop this fool. Well, Flores ain't a fool, but just stop this dude so we can get the main on. Anticipation is rife. What round are we up to here? Got round 9 of 12 is just finishing. So 10, 11, 12 to go. Then the mate. Lewis Neri fight was cancelled. He didn't make weight, so shortens the night a bit. Good for us fans. They're showing some dressing room photos now. Wilder's warmed up. Already gloved up. Ready to go. Some final little bit of pad work with Mark Breland. Wondering about the ring walk. I see in the weigh-in yesterday, Deontay Wilder wasn't dressed up like some Hollywood goon or playing the fool or anything. He looked serious. He looked calm. And for me, that's a big thing with Deontay Wilder. If he's not emotional, then he's likely to throw less big shots that are going to miss and leave himself open. So I think Wilder could possibly be more dangerous if he's not emotionally involved with this fight. I hope he's not trying to just go out and make a big statement like trying to get him out of there in the first round, because it could backfire against Los Ortiz. He's very smart. He's very ring savvy. He's one of the best counter punchers at an elite level in the heavyweight game. So cool, calm, calculated. I'd like to see Wilder working his jab a bit more, using a little more lateral movement. I see little improvements with Deontay Wilder in pretty much every fight in the last sort of couple of years. He developed a bit more of a check left hook, and he doesn't seem to be, well, how would I put that? He's committing himself to punches still, maybe more than most would like, but he's being aware of what's going to come after he throws the punch if he misses. I mean, he hasn't got the prettiest style, but it definitely is a skill he's developed of his own. Nobody can fight like Deontay Wilder, so it's really hard to train for him. So long. He can get out of the way of a punch pretty quickly, even with that huge wide stance he's got. So, really looking forward to this fight, man. Really looking forward to it. He arrived dressed like a turkey. I didn't see that. Yeah, Wilder's made it quite clear he's keen to pursue an acting career, and you can see it in the way he dresses, really. Nothing wrong with being a plain dresser. It doesn't attract attention and lets you get away with a lot of stuff you probably shouldn't get away with. Alright, team. We are into 10th round, just finished, 2 to go. So, team, you can chat amongst yourselves just for a few minutes. I'm going to go and shake hands with Elvis. Smoke a dirty cancer stick because I'm nervous. before we get going, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, team, your boy's back. What we got? What's on here? We got 1 round to go by looks of it. Santa Cruz versus Flores. Yep. Final round. Can't be too long now. Be interesting to see what kind of costume Deontay Wilder comes out in this time. Have a bit of a warm-up commentary, maybe. Let's have a look here. They're in a clinch, center ring. Broken up by the ref. Flores is still on the back foot. Both fainting. Ref standing right in the way. There we go. Combination from Santa Cruz. Left, right. Big hook behind the head. Ref has a word. Broke him up. Centering. Posturing. Thought they'd be going a bit more full on for the last round. But I think Figueroa's probably got... sorry, not Figueroa. Santa Cruz has got this one in the bag anyway. And he's looking for a fight against Gary Russell Jr. once he gets through this one. No, I'm not going to commentate that. It's boring. That's why I like the big boys. When they punch, it does damage. These little fellas, most of the time, ends up going the distance. Unless it's a mismatch. Just don't get outfits like that in West Wales, huh? I dare say they're probably tailor-made, brother. Tailor-made. Probably don't get them tailor-made like that in Wales either. Sure as shit don't get them like that down here in New Zealand either. I tell you what, man. I'm pissed off. There was a fight next week I was really looking forward to. Was Sergey Kuzmin versus Zhili Zhang. Finally a step-up fight for Zhili Zhang. Now Kuzmin's broken his foot. He's out. Actually, I might go have a look, see if they've got an opponent replacement yet. It was TBA last time I looked. Let me see here. Zhili Zhang, box rig. Final 10 seconds of the Chief Support event, and it's all over. Alright, where we got? Zhili Zhang, here we go. Hey, he's got an opponent in... That's a funny way of spelling Andre. Andriy. Andre Rudenko steps in. I didn't think it was spelled like that, but okay. Andre Rudenko is a tough cookie himself. Pretty hard to stop, so Zhili Zhang will at least get some rounds out of it. That's good news. Andre Rudenko, for those of you who don't know, has gone the distance against a fair few top level boxers. Oh no, he got stopped. No, he went the distance against Ajit Kabiel. Who else of note on here? Alexander Povetkin, he went the distance against. Jason Bergman. That guy cracks me up. Marcelo Luis Nascimento, I don't remember him fighting him. What happened in that fight? He KO'd Nascimento, so he can punch a bit. I mean, Nascimento's not a extremely durable character or anything, but stopping him is reasonable for somebody of the level of Andre Rudenko. Mike Marlowe, career sparring partner, technical decision, 7 of 12. Alright, Leo Santa Cruz gets a unanimous decision. 115, 112. What was it, 116, 110 twice. So he is now the mandatory. He's also the first Mexican to win a world title in 4 divisions. Well done, Leo Santa Cruz. Now, GTFOH. Let's get the main on, man. Let's get the main on. Got some post-fight commentary going on at the moment. Okay, Santa Cruz isn't too happy with his performance. He wants Gary Russell. He's calling him out. I don't want to make excuses, but I've injured myself today. How contradictory can you get, man? Miguel Flores, he congratulates for putting on a good fight. I'm glad he did that. You know, when a fighter comes out against somebody who they're expected to beat easily and it doesn't happen so easily, they blame it on their performance. But no credit gets given to the opponent who possibly performed better than everybody expected. So glad he gave some praise to Miguel Flores. Is the stream going too slow? Where the water is. Well, you know, you can always drag the on your YouTube stream. You can drag the stream back a little bit so it gets in sync with what I'm commentating on. When I start commentating, I'll be letting you know when every round starts and finishes, so you can get pretty close with your YouTube. You got control over it, man. Alright, so if y'all haven't got a way to watch the fight, you can always go and check out VIP Box or VIP League if you're not willing to pay $34.95. And I can imagine there are plenty of people who don't want to pay for the fight due to there being a possibility Wilder could end this fight in less than 6. There is a downfall to it, and it hasn't been much of a jam-packed undercard to be worth paying for, in my opinion, either. But it is what it is. You choose how you want to watch it. Something going on with my encoder. It's not showing the live chat, so give me a moment, y'all. I'll see if I can suss this out. Don't know why the chat's not coming up on the window there. Yeah, mate. Not gonna worry about it right now. Got the main event coming up, yo. No, I can't show any video, man. My stream will get shut down. I can't even show sound. Sorry, brother. I can try, but if it gets shut down, I'll blame you. I'll put some. No, I can't. I can't put sound on because it will shut my stream down. Fox will be on my ass. I'll get a copyright strike, and that'll be the end of me for 3 months. I won't be able to stream. But hey, if you want to watch the stream of the fight, like I say, go to VIPbox.live. Oh no, sorry, VIPleague.live. I can't remember which one it is. Dang, I'll tell you what. I'll just drop a link for the goddamn stream in the chat. But be aware, I'm not going to leave it there because I'll get in trouble. So I'll paste it. You guys can click on it. Mute the volume. Come back here. You have to promise you're going to listen to my commentary if I'm going to supply you with a link. And to get the stream up and running, you're going to have to click on it. You get a few pop-ups now and then, but I think it's after 2 or 3 times they stop. Once you're into the stream, you're good to go. So there we go, y'all. There's a stream for the fight. I don't know if it works on iPhone. I know it works on Android. I know it works on PC. So there you go. I'll give you about 20 more seconds and I'm going to delete that comment. Oh, of course, I'm going to fully commentate on the fight when it starts, bro. You don't know. Yeah, I'm going to do a full commentary on it, blow by blow, man. So what's up, Joseph Scott? Good to have you in, brother. Alright, so that link is disappearing now. Can't leave it there. There you go. So, hope you all got that link if you wanted to watch it. We haven't got anybody walking out or anything yet on the broadcast I'm watching. 500 fights for Ortiz. Well, you had 365 as an amateur, so it's not that far to go to 500, really. Unfortunately, as an amateur, he never made the Olympics. He always had Felix Savon in his way. He did fight a lot of his amateur fights at heavyweight as an amateur, which is 91 kilos or cruiserweight limit. He did fight some at heavyweight as well, but still never managed to capture a world championship. Still never managed to make it in Olympics. Best thing he did was defect to America. And hey, this fight, he's going to at least be guaranteed $1.5 million, but I saw someone say that he's more likely to get around $5, $6, $7 million after the pay-per-view. So if it's all counting on pay-per-views, I wouldn't be holding my breath too much for an extra, $4.5 million, $5.5 million. I don't think he's going to get a million pay-per-views. We'll see. We'll see. There's certainly a lot of interest. I haven't got the ring walk just yet on the broadcast I'm watching. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Ortiz is about to walk out on my broadcast. Stretching out. He's in the hallway. Looking good. King Kong in the house. Looking at Ortiz's previous 5 fights, didn't look so good against Christian Hammer. Got that stoppage against Razvan Kajanu. Who else was there? Prior to that was Travis Kaufman. He stopped him. That was a big time mismatch. Kaufman shouldn't have been in there really. But you got to have a couple of, well, at least one sort of tune-up fight after a loss. So I've got no qualms with the couple of fights he had. And as we all know, Luis Ortiz has trouble getting fights. He's dangerous. He's not really that marketable, not speaking English. But it is what it is. Shit, my PC's running slow. To refresh my broadcast. Should be jammed up. Come on, man. How long are they going to make him stand in the goddamn hallway? Still bouncing around. Warmed up. Standing there getting cooler. Alright, Ryden. Take it easy, brother. Thanks for dropping in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up before you go. Cameron Taylor. Ortiz for the win. Love a good underdog. Well, I don't think he's that much of an underdog. You know, I was thinking earlier that it'd be like an 80-20 fight to Wilder, but looking at the condition of Ortiz, I guess maybe now that because the fight's here, I've got it at 60-40. I'm picking round 7 Wilder stoppage, but wouldn't be surprised if it goes the distance. If Ortiz is going to win, I think he's got to do it before 6. Certainly looks up for it, alright. It'll be a good fight. Ortiz is not the kind of guy who takes a couple of punches and gives up or anything. He'll fight to the death. Particularly because this could be his last fight. Could be. If he's going to go out, he's going to go out on his shield. Credit to him. Damn right, Larry Holmes, that like button. Alright, so Ortiz is coming out on my broadcast. If you're watching a broadcast that's in front of me, please no spoilers in the chat. Just give yourself 25 seconds before you comment to make sure that you're not spoiling it for anybody. Ortiz looks loose. Looks ready. Still walking through the crowd for me. Hope you all are doing a running scorecard as well. Not a replay scorecard, so we kind of see what the judges see, I guess. Yeah. Well, that's something about boxing these days. We've got a whole lot of technology, and these judges are still sitting down by the ring where their view gets obscured at times. Here comes Deontay. So they're playing a video. This little intro. Laughing with the mask. Is this the outfit for tonight? It is. It's like what he came out in against Fury. It's got the mask. Looks like it's got sequins or diamonds or something in it. He's got the cape with the big shoulder flares sticking out. Oh, funny shit. Dang. Hard to tell if he looks calm or anything because he's got no face. It's like the mask evolves a little every time. Last time it looked like potato sacks stitched together. This time it looks... The potato sacks have got sparkly shit all glued to it now. Out he comes. Like a dessert, yeah. WWE style for show. So this will be his 10th defense. You get to put his name alongside some legends. We'll see what's gonna happen here. Dang, all this effort to make himself look like some kind of movie star. But I hope he don't lose. It's a very real possibility. Getting amped for this. Just about to the ring. He's walking slow. Just gonna get myself a refill. Back in a sec, yo. And into the ring is the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. He needs a bit more bronze in his outfit to make him look more like the bronze bomber. Ding, ding, ding. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the MGM. Right, last look at the chat before I start the commentary. That chat ain't showing up. Maybe I should put something else in there. Here we go with announcements. Suppose we're probably going to have some national anthems as well. We'll see. Introducing Ortiz. $236.5. 31 wins, 26 KOs. Just a sec. We had an emergency test in New Zealand. Cell phones are all going off for like earthquakes and tsunamis and shit. They're still doing the intros. What's up, Blackout? Good to have you in, brother. Man, they drag out these intros. I'm just impatient. This goddamn emergency thing. To sort it out. Alright, so the emergency test thing is working for New Zealand. Yay. Sorted out of the way. Referee giving his instructions. Alright, we're just about underway. Maximize the screen. Alright, 6'7" versus 6'4". Reach 85 inches versus 78. Ortiz is smaller, obviously. But here we go. Fight's about to start. If you want to sink in, I'll say ding ding. Here we go. Fight's underway. And they take center ring. Southpaw faces Orthodox, both pouring out a jab at the moment. Deontay just pushing their paw out there. Nobody throwing a punch yet. They're both circling around to their left. Ortiz is trying to make Wilder exposed to his right hand, but no one's thrown a real punch yet. Ortiz throws to the body, tries to back up Deontay. He skips away, still pouring that jab out there. Not really doing much as Deontay. Just judging a distance. Still got his wide stance. They're both pouring. Deontay puts a left to the body. And then back to posturing between the two. They're both touching their jab hands together. Not much going on. Really not much going on. Very quiet. Ortiz left to the body. Wilder right to the body. Still just pouring each other's jab hands. Not really much going on at this round. They're filling out, obviously, for the first round. Still jabbing each other's jab hands. Ortiz bending down, feinting to the body but doesn't shoot. Wilder shoots one to the body, feints to the head. Still pouring that jab out there, just touching. Ortiz tries to jump in with triple jab, then connects with the left on Wilder, and then they tie up. Ref breaks him up. Back to the center ring. Both posturing again. Both pouring out their jabs, not really trying to land it, just distance judgment going on. Wilder left right, and then a left comes back from Ortiz, and a jab from Ortiz to the head. Wilder, jab, Ortiz, jab again from Wilder, feinting, stepping back, feinting, both guys feinting. Ortiz tries to jab, skip in, Wilder skips around to the right, uses that angle for an exit. Excuse me. Both pouring the jab, still in the center of the ring, not much going on. Wilder pulls to the body, Ortiz double jab, jab in a block, still pull. Wilder throws a jab, Ortiz throws a left, and lands on Wilder. Couple of jabs from Ortiz, backs up Wilder a little bit, but nothing really landing. Wilder throws out a jab, still not landing, still finding distance. Last 10 seconds of the round, still jabbing each other's jab hands, just feeling the distance. Double jab from Wilder, but still not really lands. 1-2 from Wilder to finish the round. Round 1 over. Tough round to score. Not a lot went on. I guess maybe Ortiz landed a couple of power shots. Wilder landed one. Nobody really had a dominant jab, so you could score it either way you want. I think I'll give that one to Ortiz. He was putting Wilder onto the back foot more often, and he landed 2 clean shots in the fight, in the round. So 10-9 Ortiz. Ortiz's coach is urging him to get closer. He landed a good left hand. Ortiz tried to counter it with a right but missed. There was a clash of heads. Missed that. Geez, it gets quite messy when they're fighting in close. Round 2 started. Jab from Wilder. Ortiz backs up and turns. Now they're back to pouring, center ring, touching each other's jab hands, trying to find range. Nobody's really doing anything. Ortiz trying to walk around to his left, trying to get outside of Wilder's lead foot. Still just lots of pouring. Judging distance, not much going on. This is not going to be a high volume fight, and that could work in Ortiz's favor. Jab from Wilder, he lands it. Ortiz tries to come back, but misses. Wilder backs out. Left hook from Wilder, lazy one, but it does land. And back to posturing, center ring. Left right by Wilder, then Ortiz triple jab as he steps in but doesn't throw the left. Jab from Wilder. And back to pouring those jabs again, touching each other's lead hand. Bit of a left hook from Wilder, then a jab to the body from Ortiz. Back to pouring, finding that distance. Wilder tries a left hook, and Ortiz comes back with the left hand but doesn't really land much. Back to pouring, center ring, touching those jab hands again. Touching. Wilder tries the jabs to the chest. Then another jab, high but short. Back to pouring, jab to the body from Wilder, but it was blocked. All pouring those jab hands together. Lots of respect shown between the two here. Nobody wants to throw anything big. Ortiz attempts a jab to the body, Wilder moves back. Couple of jabs but hitting block from Wilder. Double jab from Ortiz in the left hand to the body from Ortiz. Back to pouring, touching those jabs. Wilder feels out a quick jab but doesn't land it. Then another jab that does land on Ortiz. Another jab from Wilder, but it was short. Feinting from Ortiz, then a left hand and a couple of punches, hooks from Ortiz. One of them lands. Back to the center of the ring for Wilder. Steps around. Good D. And back to pouring. Wilder tries a jab, blocked from Ortiz. Double jab from Ortiz, neither of them land. Last 10 seconds of round 2. The feeling, double jab from Wilder, one of them lands, one blocked. Jab to the body from Wilder, And that's the end of the round. Ortiz tries to throw a right hook as the bell rings. And listen into Deontay's corner this time. See what they got to say. That round, I'll give that to Wilder. I think he landed a few more jabs. Just seemed a little bit more active throughout that round. I mean, they're still very tough rounds to score when they're being this low volume, but 10-9 to Wilder, round 2. Just trying to listen into Wilder's quarter, but the audio wasn't working. Breland says he wants a right hook to be followed by a right hand down the pipe. Interesting. Round 3 about to start. Ding ding, round 3 is underway. More pouring. Both pouring at each other with their jabs, not really putting anything on it. Stepping around, they're circling around to Wilder's left. They're still pouring out there. Not a hell of a lot going on here. Just pour it out there, pour it out there. Ortiz tries to chuck one to the body, but Wilder moves around. 1-2 from Ortiz. Right, left. But not a lot of effect. Jabs from Wilder, then a counter left hand by Ortiz. He steps in. It looked like they're going to try and get into an exchange, but no. Wilder's still circling around to his left. They're both pouring that jab out there again. Feints from Wilder. Ortiz tries a right hook, but it didn't land. Wilder judging that distance well. Still pouring out those jabs. Man, this is getting boring. Wilder tries to throw a right hand. It's blocked though from Ortiz. Pouring. Wilder's backing up to the ropes. Ortiz has got him right in front of him. They're still pouring. Not much going on. You can see Ortiz is waiting to try and land a counter. He wants Wilder to throw. He throws a 1-2, left, right. And then complains. Was it complaining behind the head? There's nothing there. Still pouring out that jab from both guys. Ortiz keeps touching the back of his head for some reason. What's going on there? Double jab from Wilder, double jab from Ortiz. But nothing lands from either guy. Come on, dudes. Where's the crowd? Boo! Come on. They're still pouring around doing squat. I'm getting bored with this shit. Pouring it out, nothing happening. Nobody's throwing real punches. We're not dancing. There we go. Right, left from Ortiz. And then again to the body second time. And then back up to pouring those jabs. Ortiz is trying to hit that jab hand out of the way so he can land a left. Wilder trying to hook Ortiz's right hand out of the way. But they're still just pouring the jabs. Wilder feints to the Ortiz feints to the body, then a right hand from Wilder lands. Seems to invigorate Ortiz a little bit. He steps forward again, but doesn't do a lot. Throws a jab. Wilder jabs Ortiz as well at the same time. They both land. Last 10 seconds of the third. Right hook from Wilder, left hand from Ortiz. Then right left from Ortiz, and a jab from Ortiz. Jab to the body from Wilder, and that's the end of the third. Man, that's another hard round to score. But I guess Wilder landed one good, clean right hand. Oh, yeah, Ortiz landed some body shots though too. Oh, Ortiz did land a good left hand down the pipe too. Oh, that's a hard round to score. I'm going to score that 10-10. I can't pick a winner in that round. It's not often you'll see me pick a drawn round, but I think that was a drawn round. I was just watching some of the replay. Round 4 about to start. This pace keeps up. My prediction of the 7th is out the window. Round 4 underway. More pouring. Touching each other's jabs. Ortiz tries to step in and throw a combo, but Wilder skips away round to his right. Now they're at the center ring, not even pouring each other's jabs anymore. Wilder throws a jab at a block and another jab at a block. Feinting, and a jab. Doesn't really land flush, but it did land. Lots of feinting going on and not a lot of action here. Jab from Wilder. Did land that one. Ortiz feints to the body. Wilder backs up. Jab from Wilder. Ortiz trying to feint, then throws a left hand to the chest of Wilder, then an overhand left, and it landed the second time. But Wilder backing into the corner, he's almost trying to invite Wilder to come on, invite Ortiz in. Wilder throws a jab, then a right hand, and it lands this time. And then Ortiz comes back with a right hand, with the left hand. Now they're both saying, come on, let's go. About fucking time. Jab from Wilder. Ortiz keep coming forward. Wilder's on the back foot. Back to pouring each other's jab hands. Come on, boys. Feints from Ortiz. Jab hands moving around, but not a lot of punches being thrown here, man. Jab from Wilder. Didn't hit anything. Come on, boo! Throw some punches, you poofters. Come on. Wilder jabs, but they're hitting blocks. Ortiz feinting. It's not this. The commentator just said it looks similar to the first fight. What a load of horse shit. Jab from Wilder, didn't really land. Pouring out those jabs again. Ortiz tries to jab to the body, but they're not even stepping into the punches. They're just pouring it out there. Ortiz jab to the body. Wilder jab to the body. Come on. They're just dancing around. Walking in circles. Wilder tries to jab, misses. Throws a right hand, but blocked from Ortiz. Jab from Wilder. Jab from Ortiz. Steps in. Tries to throw a left. Throws a jab to the body. Wilder trying to pour a triple jab out there, but it's pouring. Tries to throw a right hook, does Wilder. Doesn't land. End of the 4th. This is getting boring, man. Come on, fight, man. This is boxing, not ballroom fucking dancing. I think actual punches thrown in that round, I've got to give it to Ortiz. Actual punches that landed. Yeah, just watching a couple of replays there. That's an Ortiz round, 10-9. So I've got 3 rounds to Ortiz. Oh no, I haven't. 2 rounds to Ortiz, 2 rounds to Wilder, and 1 drawn. No, that's not right either. 1, 2. I've got 3 rounds to Ortiz and 1 drawn. No, that's not right either. What have we got? 1. 2 rounds to Wilder, 2 to Ortiz, 1 drawn. I'll get back to it. Round 5 started. Pouring jabs in the center of the ring again. Nobody actually trying to hurt anybody. They're just pouring it out. Well, Ortiz tries to throw a straight left. It lands on Wilder. Then back to jabbing. Maintaining distance as Wilder. Pouring that jab out there again. I'm trying to figure out what Wilder's game plan is here. He's looking for an opportunity and he's not being given it, or he's just trying to make the fight go longer or something. I don't know. Jab from Wilder. Jab from Wilder. Left hand from Ortiz. He tries to throw a right hook as well, but Wilder moves around, steps away. Ortiz is coming forward a bit more now. Jab, jab, left hand. Blocked, and a jab. Wilder's still pouring it out there, not a lot coming back. Ortiz is winning this round at this stage just based on volume. Both jab from Wilder, that one lands. Back to pouring, center ring. Jab from Wilder, it lands. But Ortiz jabs at the same time. Tries to throw one to the body, does Wilder, then Ortiz comes back with a double jab. Backs Wilder up again. Here comes a combination. Right, left, and another right. But they all miss from Wilder. Wilder back to pouring out that jab. Ortiz trying to bob and weave a little bit. Confuse Wilder. Wilder jabs and misses completely. Right, left hand from Ortiz. It lands to the body. Ortiz feigning a jab to the body. Wilder jumps backwards with his hands in the air. Haven't seen that for a while. Jab from both guys. Jab from Ortiz. Backing up Wilder. Got his attention. And then a nice quick jab from Wilder. And another retaliation jab and a right hook from Wilder. Another jab from Wilder. It lands on Ortiz. Wilder's still walking around to his left. Trying to keep away from that power hand now all of a sudden. Got his attention, did Ortiz. Ortiz jabs to the body. Goes high, low. Then a left hand over the top. Ortiz backs up Wilder. Oh, and good jab on Ortiz jab. And Wilder comes back with a two-punch combination. They're back to the center ring now. They're trying to jab and step around. Looks like they're trying to put a bit more on their punches now. Wilder moving his head a little bit now. Hasn't been doing that all the fight. But still in the center ring, touching each other's jab hand. 10 seconds to go. Wilder's looking on. Oh, good right hook from Ortiz to finish the round. That's another Ortiz round. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 49 to 3 nines at 27. 47-49 to Ortiz after 5 for me. And some of those earlier rounds are pretty hard to score, man. So I wouldn't argue either way they go. Shouldn't have a drawn round in there, but I couldn't pick, man. Round 3, drawn round for me. Round 6 started. Ding ding. Back to the center ring, and they're both pouring, sticking the jabs out there. Ortiz tries to come around the hand sticking out from Wilder with a right hook, but no, back to the same, pouring in the center ring. Ortiz tries to lunge in with a 1-2 and a 1-2-3. Lands on Wilder, but the jab caught him on the way in as well. Back to the center ring, pouring. Wilder jab, blocked by Ortiz. Not much going on. Jab from Wilder, didn't land. Ortiz jab, didn't land. Feints from Ortiz. Wilder backing up slightly. No, Ortiz slightly backing up. No jabs coming out, they're just pouring out there from Wilder. Ortiz rocking backwards and forwards to control his range. But still not a lot. Double jab from Ortiz, but they're pouring. There's nothing behind them. Wilder tries to set up a 1-2, but Ortiz counters between the punches. Then Wilder tries to throw a right hand and misses. Jab from Wilder. Didn't land. A 1-2 from Ortiz. Didn't land. Now back to posturing. No pouring, just posturing, moving their heads, looking at each other. Hey bro, how you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? Yeah, you do another 6 rounds? Yeah, bro. Jab from Wilder. Another jab from Wilder. Ortiz still coming forward. Hands not very high, but he's moving his head slowly. Bobbing a bit. Wilder's still backing up. Jab from Ortiz, jab from Wilder, jab from Ortiz. Jab from Wilder. Didn't really land. These guys are far too relaxed. They're in a boxing ring. They just might as well be dancing, for God's sake. Pouring the jab hands out there again. Ortiz skipping around. Left hand from Ortiz, but blocked. Jab, jab, triple jab from Ortiz. 2 of them landed. Wilder bending down, moving his head, posturing. Tries a jab, partially blocked from Ortiz. Still back to posturing, centering. Both walking around to their left hand side. Ortiz tries to jab. Didn't really land. Back to posturing. 10 seconds remaining in the 6th. Lots of posturing, feints. Not a lot of punches being thrown here. Wilder tried to throw a 1-2 right on the bell, but didn't really land. So that's another tough round to pick. Let's watch a couple of replays here, see if I can... Oh yeah, there was one good left hand landed by Ortiz to the head and a body shot. Big right hook from Ortiz, but it misses. Yeah, commentators are saying Wilder is waiting for his openings, but it seems like he's waiting too long. I think the volume won that round for Ortiz as well. So I've got 59, 56 after 6. Round 7's begun. Left hook from Wilder to the body of Ortiz. Ortiz moves around to the right. Move the other way, Ortiz. You don't want to walk onto that right hand. A few jabs. They're only jabbing each other's jab hand at the moment. Ortiz tries a left hand to the body, but Wilder moves away, and then Wilder throws a left hook to Ortiz's body and lands it. Tries a 1-2, and then Ortiz lands the left at the same time as a right from Wilder. Now they're back to the center ring, back to jabbing. Jabbing hands. Ortiz, lead left hand. Wilder tries to throw a counter right hand, and neither of them really land. Ref breaks them up. Back to jabbing. Pouring jab from Wilder. Another pouring jab from Wilder. And more posturing. Centering, posturing. Right, left from Ortiz down the pipe to the chest of Wilder. Jab from Wilder. Oh dear. Oh, my boys is upset. Not much going on here. Centering. Pouring jab from Wilder. Left hand from Ortiz, but didn't go anywhere. Right hand from Wilder. Didn't go anywhere either. Ooh, right hand from Wilder just touches Ortiz's face. Nicked his nose. Jab from Wilder, jab from Ortiz at the same time. Jab from Ortiz. Left right from Wilder to the body. Wilder says, come on. Wilder tries a right hand, but blocked by Ortiz. You can see Wilder's trying to load up the right. So far, no success. Hasn't landed flush. Wilder's trying to use a jab. Ortiz jabbing back. Ortiz coming forward. Walking Wilder around onto his left with a jab. Wilder still moving around onto Ortiz's left. Double jab from Wilder. Now he starts moving the other way. Left hook to the body by Wilder. And then a jab to the head. Oh, and an exchange. Ortiz landed. Yeah, he's got him hurt. He's not really badly hurt, but definitely Wilder's backing up. He's not too keen on facing that anymore. Little exchange. But Wilder's backing up into the corner. Ortiz is pouring out the jab. Overhand left. Lands on him. Wilder moves away from the left. He's trying to jab his way out. And now right hand from Wilder, and Ortiz is down. Up against the ropes. Is he going to get up? He's trying. He's trying to get up. It's gone. Ortiz is gone. Ortiz is gone. Ortiz is gone. My prediction. 7th round knockout from Deontay Wilder come to fruition. Who the man? Who the man? 1 punch knockout from Deontay Wilder. Turns out, him waiting for his opening was a good plan. I had him down on the cards again. But he's just knocked Ortiz out. Ortiz still got up after the count. He was trying to get up, but the ref got to the... I actually didn't hear the ref counting, but he waved it off. I think he got past 8, and he waved it off as Ortiz was trying to stand. And that is it. Deontay Wilder wins 7th round knockout. Wow. Nice work, Deontay. Leaves a lot to chance, though, when you're waiting for your opportunity that long. But well done. Got the job done. Good stoppage. You reckon, Ryden? I didn't know what the count got up to. I wasn't watching the fingers. I was just watching Ortiz. Just going to wait and see what happens post-fight here before I end this. But Deontay Wilder, 7th round knockout. Man, I wish I had to put my bet down this time. I didn't. But I picked 7th round. Y'all heard me at the start of the stream. Alright, moving on to Tyson Fury. February 22nd.
Deontay Wilder is the best.
Well, that's my 6-year-old son. Who's the best?
Deontay Wilder.
There you go. Deontay Wilder's the best, he says. Not Joseph Parker anymore.
Nah.
No?
Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder's the man, is he? Okay.
It might be the same again.
I'm just going to watch this replay. Hold on, son. Waiting for a replay. Deontay's got his little girl in the ring. Interesting performance. Both guys were taking too much time. I thought Ortiz needed to put on more pressure. And I thought Wilder had to use his jab a bit better. But it turns out it doesn't matter. Here comes a replay. Yeah, 1 punch. Right hand down the pipe. You know, Wilder had... Ortiz had him in trouble and was walking him around, but Wilder used the angle, stepped around, got Ortiz back to the ropes. Didn't even really throw a jab to disguise it, just straight down the pipe. Ortiz's hands were down. Ortiz is flat on his back. Going, what the fuck happened? Boom! Oh, yeah. Right on the cheekbone. He's fucked. Yeah, he didn't know where he was. It wasn't until about 6 when the ref was counting that he started trying to get up, and then he waved it off. Wow. Wow. Nice fight, Deontay. Gotta give credit where credit's due. Till Thursday. I gave... Oh, what did I have? I had Ortiz winning round 1. Round 4, 5, 6. I gave Deontay round 2 and round 3 for me was drawn. But it's a common theme with Wilder. You know, a lot of people have him down on the cards when he gets the job done still. So, you know, if you can outbox Wilder for 12 rounds, it's quite likely you can beat him. But the thing is, don't get knocked the fuck out. And let's keep it real. There's only one dude he hasn't knocked out. Only 2 times has he gone the distance. Dang, I wish I had put money on that. I had that. Round 7 was my pick. 1 punch knockout of a guy who can take a punch. Anybody who's denying Deontay Wilder's power cannot anymore. Doesn't matter that Ortiz is 40 years old. That doesn't make your chin any weaker. The age of Ortiz would only affect his reflexes and his stamina. So Deontay Wilder's power is for real. Simple as that. So I'm turning the stream. We've got some post-fight comments here. Post-fight comments. Tell you what, I don't care now because it's over. I'm going to enable the desktop volume so you can check it out.
What you wanted to prove that you are the baddest man on the planet. It has been decades since we have seen a heavyweight do the things that you've done inside this ring. It's been since the times of Tyson, Lennox Lewis. What does it mean to you to finally be able to say, and do you feel like you're finally starting to chip away at those critics?
First off, like I always say, if you give God the glory, he'll give you the victory. And you've seen that tonight. He gave me the victory. Second, I'd like to thank my whole team. I'd like to thank Fox for an amazing job you guys did with promoting the fight and putting on the fight for these people. Second, I'd like to thank everyone up in here. Thank you guys so much for your love and your support. You guys are fucking amazing.
This fight, you took on a man who came in very game, very ready, in shape, no excuses. You both were healthy. I know you have a lot of respect for Luis Ortiz, but what did you see in that moment? You've said to me that you knew his body language from the last fight. Take us through what you saw that led to that big right hand.
Well, with Ortiz, you can see why no other heavyweight wants to fight him. He's very crafty in the ring. He moves strategically, and his intellect is very high up in the ring. So I had to play around with him. I had to calculate certain moves. I had to measure him in certain places. And
in what places were you?
Oh, they just showed that punch again.
In and out. I was in and out. Sometimes I'll back on my back feet. Some say I can't fight on my back feet, but that's my specialty, you know. And I had to go back. I had to go forward. Had to go back and go forward. You know, different tactics. You know, my intellect is very high in the ring, although I don't get no credit for it. But you know, I had to go in. I had to go out. You know, I had to throw the right hand a couple of times to see how he reacts. And I finally found my measurement.
Just seen Ortiz. He looks pissed off. The ref called it off as he was getting up.
I think I heard him one time. Well, buzzed him a little bit with the left hook. That was the start of it. And then I took my approach from there. But Ortiz is one of the best in the world. You got to give him that. That's why I gave him the second opportunity, so he can feed his family and his beautiful daughter as well. He have his beautiful wife in the audience. And I just want to tell them thank you so much for allowing Ortiz to come in the ring and share his energy with me and display such an amazing talent. Hopefully, the other heavyweights in the division, I see a lot of them in the audience, get this man the opportunity. He's one of the best.
Who would you like next? There's obviously the rumors of Tyson Fury. We've got another big heavyweight bout coming up with Andy Ruiz and, of course, Anthony Joshua. Who do you want to face next?
Well, next, of course, we have Tyson Fury to rematch next.
When and where? Can you tell us when that's going to be?
Well, the schedule is set to be done in February, so we'll see how that goes. And then after that, I'm looking for a unification bout. I want one champion, one face, one name, and he go by the name of Deontay Wilder. The heavyweight division is too small to have so many belts lingering around. There should just be one champion. It's too confusing for the fans, you know, and I think I'm the perfect man for that job.
Congratulations to you, Deontay, your 10th
Y'all can hear
consecutive
this
defense
comment
of the
too.
WBC heavyweight title. You now tied Muhammad Ali with that
so
number.
much.
Congratulations. Let's get it. I got to get it
Oh,
over to
shit.
Jordan Lamb. Last word.
Last word, thank you again, fans.
Now you'll be
And
able to
let's
hear
give
it.
Bond Squad again, baby. 1, 2, 3, Bond Squad!
My bad, sorry.
Well, I wasn't going to make you do it twice, but you did it on your own. All right, let's send it over to Jordan Plant.
Alright, so that is the end, team. Hope you enjoyed my commentary. My dinner's ready, so I am out. Tune in tomorrow for a stream of just boxing commentary. I'm sure Mala2243 will be there as per usual, along with a few other regulars, so we'll see them. We can talk more about it. Make sure you watch the fight again. So if you're gonna join in, we can talk about some technical points in the fight. So that is us. Hope you enjoyed. Catch y'all next time. This is Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. So